Hello there, fellow Dazzlers and New Players alike. Razzle Joestar here, bringing you a Winds of Change tutorial. Yeah, we're doing this. So, this is going to be a tutorial on where to find all of the books that are in the game, which means I'm going to toss up an obligatory spoiler alert, because just in case, I don't want somebody to come wandering in here and see some character's icon somewhere and be like, hey, I didn't know about that, that's a spoiler. So, just so you know, spoiler warning, that out of the way, let's look at some books. But first, we gotta go over two things real quick. There are two books slash notes slash whatevers that you're gonna run into no matter what you do. They're story based. It's gonna be this one right here, A1, which is Milas's note. You're gonna find that in the prologue, and you'll find it regardless of if you go to the Grand Tree or if you go to Milas's house. You need to find it in order to progress. The other one is this one right here, which is instructions from Milas. With that, you're going to find that as soon as you open up the Blade of Exodus. Like, once you get the blade, the note falls out, and your character will proceed to read it. And that's pretty much the only two ones you really need. If you're wondering about what the importance of books in the game are, there's a couple that you read that may change some dialogue options, but generally it just helps give you more lore. That's what they are. They're pretty much just books on lore and thoughts and things like that on the different people and characters within the world of Alestia. So if you care about lore, you'll want to seek them out and get them. As you can see, I have my collection complete. So let's get started. Our first trip is going to be at our house, or your house. There are 3 books you can find. As you may know, the indicators down here will let you know how many books in an area there's hiding. So first book's going to be right here.
On Scribes and
Visions. You're going to have another book up here.
On Alestia's creation.
And finally, you're going to have another book back here.
The True Reach of Spirits.
And that's it for here. That's pretty easy, straightforward. But as you can see, sometimes it's not obvious. Like, I didn't even know that was a book at first. I thought that was just like a thing. So there's a reason why I'm making this. Anyways, our next stop is going to be on Main Street. If you click on Fortum's little house right over here, you're going to get yourself another book written by the big man himself. And if you're worried about getting the text for the books, if you ever want to relive that, don't worry. I'm going to put that in a separate video. I just didn't want to make this incredibly long by having all the text in the books. Anyways, let's go to Town Square as our next stop. If you click right here,
Mysterious Mazzio.
You'll get Mysterious Mazzio. I should also add real quick, some of these books, when you first click on them, a little cutscene might trigger. Like, if you click on that the first time, Fortum will be like, oh, hey, that's my book, but you can borrow it, you can take it if you need it, or whatever. So, just so you know, there's that also as well. It's like finding these books may lead to little interactions with characters that, unfortunately, don't repeat when you click on them again. Our next stop is going to be in Milas's house. There are 2 books to find here. Click anywhere on Milas's desk and you will get On Valanor's Blood Leaves. This actually does affect a dialogue choice. Later on, when you're coming down from the outlook towards Mazzio, Blood Leaves will fall, and I believe Ulrich and Pro will be talking about them. And if you found that book, your character will be able to step up and say, oh, they're like a ritual, or not a ritual, but you call it an omen to Alestians, or Valanorthians, people of Valinor. Anyways, you got another book right here. Look for the quill, and you get Valanor's Line of Seers. And that pretty much closes it out for the books that you can find in Valinor. Pretty simple, right? So let's get going. Our next stop on the Grand Tour is going to be to the, not the Town Square, Mazzio Tavern. If you click on the left here, you'll get a book on Alorinthia's Civil Conflict that talks about Vivian. That book also does affect a dialogue choice in Rebel HQ in Act 3, when your team is talking about what to do and how to get more allies the question of Vivian is brought up, and if you've read that book, you'll be able to step up and be like, hey, Vivian's this person who's trying to lead a revolution. If you miss those books, nothing really happens. It's not like a terrible thing happens, but I mean, if you're gonna be a monarch, you should be knowledgeable about the world, right? You know what I'm saying? Anyways. Next, we're gonna go to the mayor's house. Pop in here. And we're gonna click this book on the left here to get a book about piracy.
The blurred lines of piracy.
And that's it for the outer regions of Mazzio. So we're going to go ahead and go to Rebel HQ and head to your personal quarters, where if you click a book in the back, there's a little shelf in the back here,
Shane's
you get a writing by Shane.
Domek has tasked me with something.
And I believe that is it for the journals that you can find in this area. So we're going to blast ourselves back. So if you come to Alarenthia in the city, you want to go to the town square. There are a couple books that are really not like super obvious. I actually missed these the first time. I was usually good at finding books, but these ones stumped me. If you click here, you'll find a book about Sixers somehow, just in this little thing.
Sixers.
And then if you click here, you'll get a book about
Draku's reign.
And then next you want to go to the Coliseum. You want to go to the private room. And if you click this stuff right here that belongs to a certain someone I know, you'll be able to
The Grand Library.
get some notes on the Grand Library.
Located.
There's also one more book you can find as well. If you go to, I kind of did this out of order. Whoops. I missed one. If you go back, let's see, this is why these kind of things are good. If you go back to the castle. If you go to your private room, there's a book here.
The Evolution of Tournaments.
That tells about the evolution of tournaments. And that's pretty much all of them. That's it. That is all the books that you can find in the game, or that you will encounter. I can't back out if you did that on accident. That you can encounter in the game. And of course, you can always head back to the... No, not there. You can always head back to the main entrance, to here, and check your progress on the books. Now, there's also a really cool thing, too, that you may not have heard about. Now, if you do this, you turn your skip on, and you click this little gear pendant down here a bajillion times, you get a secret. Whoa! That's crazy! But not only that, you see, you may have noticed this at the beginning of the video. This actually isn't here at first. If you trigger this secret, this pops up. Now, what could this mysterious thing be? It is a menu where you get to watch all the heart-to-heart conversations, and that's your reward for being inquisitive and watching till the end of this video. So, as always, remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and do all that fun stuff. We'll be, of course, rolling out more Winds of Change content. We're getting this stuff out of the way first. We got some things in the barrel. I just gotta wait for voice acting to finish, and then I can do some more stuff. And if you guys have any like Winds of Change related content or questions regarding the game, or things that you may need help on, feel free to shoot me a comment, a question, or whatever, and I'll be sure to get around to it. And yeah, again, like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, ring that little bell, become a Ringling Dazzler so you can get knowledgeable. We're going to be looking at setting up some other things too, like an email list and some other cool stuff, so you guys can have your YouTube notifications. I don't know, I don't know, manager's being the manager again about things. And of course, in the description down below, there's Patreon, Ko-fi, TubeBuddy, all that cool stuff that can help financially support the channel, because you want to help us out, right? Right? If not, that's okay. Just watching the video is fine enough. I'd rather that. Anyways, I mean, I'd rather you give me money, but either ways, it's fine. Either ways, it's fine. Thank you so much, guys. And remember, anything you guys want to see, or if you have any games you want to suggest, feel free to drop me a suggestion down below, and we'll take a look at it. We do have a criteria on what games we'll cover and allow on the channel, but I'll make a video about that later on. I think I've jibber-jabbered on this little in-spiel enough. I am Razzle Joestar, and I'll see you guys in the next secret hidden thing, debug menu, whatever. Take care, everybody. See ya later.